Yeah.
Yep. I see the live thing up in the corner now, so I think we're good.
Woo! Wow, this is really hard. Okay. All right, I guess we could start then.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So, first of all, how's it going?
It's going all right. Things are kind of progressing, and I've started to outline a plan of what I'm looking to do, and I'm feeling really good about it. But obviously a little bit uneasy at the same time. I feel good about where I want to go. It's just a matter of actually putting it into action and being persistent with that action.
Yeah. Well, what's your game plan right now?
What I'm looking to do is I want to put on weight, and it's really been a difficult process for me for a long time. I was able to drop a large amount of weight in the past, and when I've gone to try and increase my strength and my weight to get it back to a more healthy, more optimal range, it's been quite difficult, and I've always struggled with that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, what are the other times you've tried to like increase your weight?
I would say it's pretty much a continual process.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. What about anything exciting that's happening right now? I mean, you're almost done with your internship. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Basketball season's approaching, so I get to get back to coaching, so I'm looking forward to that.
You coach high schoolers, right?
I do, yep.
Yeah. Which level?
Varsity.
Oh, look at that. Are you guys any good?
We should contend for our division title at least. Our league is split up into two, a northern and a southern division. Right now, us and another team, our crosstown rivals, are the favorites to win our side of the league. So
that's really exciting.
Yeah, it'll be nice because last year we literally didn't win a game, but we've progressed so much. Plus, we added two players who are going to help our rotation big time. One is a big tall kid from Slovenia, and another kid used to be our best player, got overly anxious, had some health issues, and he was forced to leave the team last year before the season even started, so we missed out on that. But he's back now his senior year, and all the other players have gotten so much better, and I think he's going to really enjoy it this year.
Oh, that's really cool. Well, I wish you very much luck on that, and you better keep me updated because I'm curious.
You got it.
Did you get the informed consent I sent you?
I did.
Cool. I guess we could just go over that real quick.
All right.
It's pretty basic. I drew this one up like a few quarters ago. So there's a few stuff in there that does not apply to you. But the first part is basically, I feel like you know most of it, but we should go over it anyway. We're just gonna chit-chat, look at any roadblocks you might have keeping you from reaching your peak mental abilities. So goal setting, confidence, focus. Seem pretty focused, but you know, we'll chat about it anyway.
I have my moments, believe me.
The process requires a large amount of client participation, so can't do it by myself. Sorry, Adam.
It's okay. I'll live.
I know we only have like 4 sessions where you get to be the client, so we'll try not to go like too slow in terms of like what's the word I'm looking for? Not activities, but in terms of techniques and such. But we might not get to finish everything, so.
All right.
Let's see. Oh yes, we're confidential. I'll keep the do not disturb sign on my room, so you're good to go there. Let's see. You're not a minor. I'm not going to charge you. That's pretty rare, so. Oh yeah, and I'm going to email you my phone number because I realized you didn't have it earlier today. So I'm going to do that. And we'll just keep in touch to see if this time works for both of us in the next few weeks. But,
Awesome. Sounds good.
yeah, it works pretty well for me, like in general, like most of the time. Is this a weird day for you, or does it usually work this time?
I'm just starting out a new job, and it's going to be super flexible anyways. And my next internship, when that starts up, I believe I will be in the consulting role anyways. But even that'll be flexible too. So
Okay. Yeah.
we'll make it work. Whatever works best for
Yeah.
you, I'm sure I can tweak my schedule around.
Cool.
Because
Because
working is definitely not a priority for me.
That's good. I actually have too many jobs right now, so it'll work out hopefully. But yeah, I realize that you're like 3 hours ahead. So
Mhm.
if I need to wake up, I'll make sure there's coffee and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Alrighty, so we got that out of the way. I don't think you need to sign it. I know I need to send it to Vicky, but so let's see. So your sport is basketball, right?
Correct.
Is that the one you played mainly?
I competed in golf in high school as well. I did some stuff when I was younger, obviously. I mean, we all experiment, but once it got to a higher competitive level, it was purely basketball. And I played golf more or less because I enjoyed it. And it was an opportunity to play at awesome courses for free. So you'd be stupid not to join the golf team.
True. So when did you start getting into sports? Like what age?
Well, seeing that I'm an only child and I was always active, I don't remember a time where I wasn't involved in some type of sport. I guess I should mention another big sport that I found success in when I was certainly a child that I was really brought up in. I think one of the first recollections is karate, and I did that up until around my senior year of high school, and I won many trophies, got a bronze medal in a world competition. So that was definitely a
Wow.
big part of my life growing up. My parents were big into getting me out as much as possible because, like I said, I kind of lived on a really busy road, so I couldn't go out, and there wasn't a lot of kids in my neighborhood. So they wanted to make sure I was always around people my age.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would just be hanging out with the adults. But it kind of made me mature more fast. So even then, it was kind of a little bit awkward around some of the kids my age, just because I had trouble relating to certain aspects of their maturity. But I've
Yeah.
always been involved in sports, doing summer camps all summer, and throughout the season, I'd always be involved in stuff growing up until, like I said, I got into high school, and then it was mostly just basketball, and that I basically did year round.
Cool. Sorry, I'm gonna take notes just so I don't forget anything. No, that's really cool. It sounds like you've been very active. Um, yeah. So golf, basketball, karate. Is there a reason you stopped doing karate, or is it just because you moved on to other things, or?
It was more or less I just really wanted to focus in on basketball. A lot of the relationships I developed in karate, I've been contemplating getting back interested in a field similar to karate, perhaps, and if not karate again. But I would like to explore the martial arts once again, just to kind of reconnect myself because I find myself missing it, and the applications from what we do in sports psychology, I think can play a key role in that, and it would help me develop what I want to develop is strength, concentration, all those things are involved in the martial arts. So it's something I might venture back into when I have time available. But I'm thinking right now with the master's program, coaching, all that jazz, I won't really have the time, but it's something I want to explore down the line, getting back into it.
Yeah, no, I definitely am going to encourage that. I did it for a few years and I really loved it too. So I get a little bit of what you're talking about. Oh, that's great though. Cool. Um, so when did you start playing golf?
Golf, I started playing late. I played here and there as a young kid, and then me and my friends would basically occasionally play it in the summer, and then kind of the idea popped was posed to me by my friends who decided to quit football their junior year and they were going to join the golf team. And I'm like, wow, I probably should do that too. So I missed out 2 years in high school of being able to be on the golf team, and where I could have enjoyed more time and spent more time doing that. So I joined
Yeah.
golf late, did the last 2 years of high school, and really liked it.
Oh,
But
good.
it was never something I took very seriously. I just enjoyed the process of getting a little bit better at each time. I never did tons of practice in it. It's just more or less just did it because my friends enjoyed it.
Okay. So who took you when you were little? Was like one of your parents into it, or did you just decide one day you wanted to try it, or?
Um, the company my mother worked at had a couple golf events, and you could take your families. So that was when I think my first memories of being introduced to the game.
Okay. All right. And you're in New York right now, right?
Right.
Is it? So that means golf is a summer sport?
Exclusively, pretty much. Yeah, the courses don't really open up until May, and I know in the high school season, um, playoffs end, and I think they're actually almost over, if not already over for this area. We start up the season in early August, and then do a bunch of matches during those 2 months, and boom, you're in the playoffs first week of October.
Wow, it's pretty quick, but understandable. Have you had any thoughts about getting back into that, or do you do that still, or?
Only occasionally when when one of my friends is basically just one at this point wants to go, and even that has become very rare. It's just something I don't have that much interest in, and mostly because I know it takes tons of practice, tons of commitment, and tons of money as well. And I'm not really that interested in it at this point in time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot cheaper just to go and just hit a bucket of balls rather than walk 80 miles for 18 holes. Alrighty, cool. So, let's see. Basketball was the last one you mentioned. And you got into that one fairly young. Do you remember which age?
I can't remember a specific age as long as I can recall. I mean, at the babysitter when I was a young child, that's all I wanted to do. Actually,
Yeah.
I recall my mother talking with me about somebody I used to spend time with at the babysitters, and I would get mad at him when he would want to do something besides play basketball, horse, or whatever we were doing at the time. I just wouldn't understand, like, what do you mean you want to go in the pool? No, we're playing basketball. Let's continue to play basketball.
You'd have a basketball hoop in your pool? I feel like that'd be very necessary. Okay, cool. And then when did you get into coaching?
I got into coaching immediately after my playing career ended in high school. I was the only senior on my team. I played AAU year round with a couple of kids younger than me. And more or less, I've always just been interested in the game itself and knowing all the nuances and the minor details. I've always been a captain. It was kind of a natural progression. My varsity coach was the one who actually asked me, and well, didn't even ask me. He basically told me whatever involvement I wanted, it was there for me. So that summer, I coached both our modified teams in summer leagues. So
Wow.
I just naturally progressed right into that. But like I said, I've always been into it. I love designing. I love drills and going to camps and stuff, even as a kid. And I tended to like practice more than games. Was always questioning coaches and how they were thinking about the process and making sure we got the most out of practices. I would send suggestions to coaches on how to outline practices. So yeah, it wasn't a stunner that I ended up in the realm of coaching.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like it was a very natural, just, of course, that was the next step kind of thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about playing in college?
I did. I did for a very brief time. I tried out, made the team. I decided to initially do that after the first 2 years where I was still coaching. I knew the team was going to struggle in the upcoming season, so I wasn't the most mature person at that point in time and didn't really know what I wanted. So I'm like, they're going to struggle, so maybe I won't be able to deal with this well. Plus, I didn't really have any friends on the team anymore, so perhaps like maybe I'd be less interested because I don't have anybody that I grew up playing with anymore. So tried out, made the team, was one of the better players, and a week in, I came back to my high school, went to an open gym, and I immediately basically stopped playing, and I started coaching and helping kids out. And that's kind of was the aha moment. It's like, no, I don't care. And they actually ended up only winning like 2 games that year that I coached. But it was like, I have to coach. This is what I like doing. It was the most emotional thing I've ever done was walk into my college coach's office and saying, and I known him previously because I've gone to camps and stuff, so he'd always seen me around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. This is where my passion is. I went and helped out those kids, and I can't leave them.
Yeah. I think it's very cool that you found your passion, though. Like, even though it sounds like it was really rough, just like stepping off the court and in front of the bench to be a coach, it sounds like that's your thing. I can hear it in your voice. So that's really cool.
Yep. It took me a long time to circle back to this, and honestly, it took me going out there for the fall quarter to really realize I want to be a coach. Period.
Yeah.
I don't care about money. I don't care about this, that, and the other thing. I don't care how people view me, what they think about. This is what I love doing. That's where this is where I feel most alive, so this is what I'm going to pursue.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And how do you think sports psychology is going to help you in that? Just make everything, like, not easier, but I think it's going to help.
It's already enhanced my ability. I know it's going to enhance my ability as a coach. Like we talk about constantly in class. It really just enhances you as a person, and developing that self-awareness has been a big thing for me. And I'm starting to realize how to implement these things into my life. And the more I learn about them within myself, I can teach them that much better. And I've used some of the techniques with my kids, and they've enjoyed them thoroughly, and they're increasing their self-awareness, and they're understanding how important the proper mindset is going into sports. So it's just making me a better coach, and that's bottom line all I care about. I don't care about what grades I get in the class. I just want to learn as much information as I can to improve as a coach.
That's cool. I mean, I'm going to encourage good grades because I'm pretty sure that's my job to encourage good grades. But
it really goes hand in hand. I mean, if I'm learning the material, obviously I'm going to present information that says, hey, I know this, but I'm not concerned whether I get a B- or an A+. I really don't care. I just want to know the material as much as I can.
Yeah. Okay, good. It sounds like you're on track. You know what your game plan is, at least a rough outline. So That's good. So earlier you told me like how you were trying to put on weight. Is there any reason why you're trying to put it on, or just?
Yeah, basically because I'm quite weak as an individual. I'll be honest. I'm in shape. I mean, aesthetically, my body looks great. You can see the outline of my abs. I have that V taper, but I'm not strong. I want to be stronger. And it's just getting over that mental hurdle right now of accepting you're going to have to eat more. Yes, you're going to put on a little bit of fat perhaps, but you got to do it to get stronger because right now you're not strong. Yes, you're in control of your body. There are certain things that are great about it, but you're not strong and you want to be strong.
Okay. So, like, how strong is strong? Like, do you know, like, what?
I don't know if I have a clear sense of what I want. Perhaps, like, I don't know. Could you describe, like, what you're kind of searching for?
Like, how do you know you're not strong right now?
Just testing out physical limitations. Like, my vertical jump has decreased. My bench has decreased dramatically. I stopped lifting weights when I first went out to California a year ago, and was more or less just doing body weight stuff. And I enjoy that, and I still do it because I'm limited at the home and I don't want to spend the money on a gym or anything like that. I have no interest in doing that because I feel like then I'll become reliant on those things. So I have a few things at my house right now, just inexpensive objects. So I've kind of figured out what kind of program I'm going to put myself on. Upper body exercising I can do here with all the weights that I have. And today I just did a lower body workout where it's just basically holding isometric exercises as long as I can and just pushing myself to the max, trying to increase the strength. So that'll be tougher to judge my progression there. But with weights, obviously, you see it instantly. It's instant back you're given.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. So you just kind of want to be able to maybe see that you're getting stronger, maybe more of the like physical evidence, like being able to lift a bigger number or hold something for longer, like stuff like that.
I guess. Honestly, it's more kinesthetic than anything else. I want to feel stronger. And obviously, you'll see that through your own performances and whatever you're doing, whether you're jumping, pushing, pulling, what have you. But it's more kinesthetic. I want to feel stronger. Constantly, I'm feeling too weak. I'm always moving. I got in the habit of always moving because I don't like sitting down. But what also comes into play is something I should disclose here is I have a kidney disease. And with that kidney disease, right now I'm going through a spell where I have really bad swelling and my weight naturally fluctuates between 5 to 10 pounds every single day, no matter what I do. So that can be quite cumbersome. And sometimes I'll swell up in my stomach and that deals with me, distracts me and makes me think, oh, I'm fat, I'm getting fat. So that's a big struggle. Well, but mostly it's in my feet and my ankles. So that kind of hinders my jumping ability, which throws me off as well. And it hinders the amount of cardio I can do. So it's a struggle because you have to push through the pain because you have all that excess weight pressure going into your skin constantly. So it makes it a little bit more difficult.
In the past, has it like evened out? Like you have some like down or like low spots with this like medical thing and then it like evens out, or is it just like constant? Or
well, there have been times where it was constant, but most recently, I think it was around this time a year ago. Usually I deal with these little swings typically when the seasons change, like swelling. Obviously, I don't know if you have any familiar with edema, but edema definitely, it doesn't deal well when you're constantly changing temperature. When the temperature changes like that, it causes people to swell up. People who don't have kidney disease. So it's kind of heightened even more when the fall, and being in upstate New York, we're constantly changing. Like the other day it was 70 and tomorrow's high is going to be 49.
Oh, wow.
Not too great. Yeah, I know. I wish I was still up there, but if you saw my bank account, that'd be why I came back.
Yes, but I don't know. California weather might be worth it. 49. Oh, I don't even travel to that weather.
I'm the crazy person who came back, so.
True. But you had plenty of good reasons for it, so. Okay. Like, thank you for sharing, one. It doesn't sound like it's very easy to deal with, especially when you're trying to, like, just have overall, like, body health and new goals for yourself, and this thing keeps messing with you.
Honestly, the kidney disease is what, and you see this all the time when they talk about like cancer changing people's perspective on life and dealing with serious issues that are life altering. But when I first got the kidney disease, that was when I kind of started getting health conscious and really caring about fitness, what I was eating, all those aspects, because all of a sudden I just realized how delicate it was and how lucky I had been for all those years. I had a terrible diet and didn't care about exercising, more or less just took it for granted. And then what happened was I went on a trip to Rhode Island, came back, and initially I had some puffiness in my face. Thought it was just nothing but an allergic reaction because I had had reactions when I had fish previously. And when I was in Rhode Island, I was at an all-you-can-eat lobster. And I was sitting next to my 6'3", say 275-pound uncle, and he was plowing through lobsters. So I figured I'd just splashed my food, and I'm having a reaction to that. But the swelling as the week went on, it progressed from my face down to my ankles, like I deal with right now. And it got to the point where Friday night I was at a party, and I had to sit down on the couch and call my mother to come pick me up because I could no longer stand. And everybody at the party literally carried me down the stairway to the car. And I went back to the health center the next day, who had been giving me steroid shots basically to try and get the swelling down throughout the week. And finally they took a urine test. And when they did the urine test, it was pure protein. It's kind of, and they immediately sent me to the ER, and that's when I discovered not only did I have minimal change disease, but I had 40 pounds of fluid in me, and if I had waited a couple more days, it would have gotten to my lungs, and I probably would have died.
Wow, that sounds really scary.
Yeah, they put me on. They were injecting me with the Lasixes, which is what they give to horses before they do races to get all the fluid out of them. So I was basically just in the bathroom for about 3 straight hours once they finally hooked me up to that machine. Yeah, 40 pounds of fluid. So you can imagine. I looked a little bit different than I look right now.
Yeah, I could see maybe 40. Yeah. That sounds really scary, but I'm glad you made it through. And yeah. I had a question. Oh yeah, how old were you when all this was going on?
Let's see. 2 years out of high school, so I was 19 or 20.
Okay.
I got diagnosed with the disease in July of 2009, so 6 years now.
Cool. I mean not cool, but yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay. My kidneys are not offended by your saying it's cool.
All right. I mean, yeah, okay, good. Okay. So, is this, if you don't want to talk about it a lot, that's fine. But, is it, do you have to take, drugs every day? Or is it just kind of you deal with it when it flares up? Or?
No, I've been on tons of medication. Actually, I've been on steroids throughout the entire time, and that's kind of what's caused other health issues, and it's going to shorten my lifespan, but I'm obviously okay with that. I'd rather be functional while I'm alive here. But yeah. I've been on steroids for the entire duration, and I've tried to taper myself off them, and recently I did it, and I ran into some issues, so I've kind of upped it back to my normal dosage. It's a smaller dosage, but it's still there. I also take some medicine they give to kidney transplant patients that seems to work, but it's a relatively rare disease to continually persist like this. So it's unusual, but part of life. I deal with it. Not a big deal. Take a couple medications each day and kind of watch my sodium intake a little bit. That sometimes helps, but as I diagnose it and look back, sometimes I usually can eat whatever I want. It's just when I'm dealing with swelling, I try and watch it a little bit closer.
Yeah, okay. You got a game plan. That's great. Oh, good job. It sounds like it just is what it is for you. And, I feel like it sucks to have to deal with that, but it's part of you. So
no, it helped me mature. I spent an entire summer where my weight would fluctuate up to 20 pounds when they were still figuring out what medication to get me on. My entire day consisted of playing basketball as hard as I can to get the swelling down a little bit. And then immediately from there, I went crazy with the diet. I took in almost no sodium. So I was eating basically purely fruits, vegetables, and the occasional meat. and that was it. So I was getting almost no sodium, and like I said, I was just exercising enough to points where I would literally just fall down and collapse on the ground in my driveway. And then when I wasn't doing that, I had my feet up in the air in my bed to try and mitigate the swelling as much as possible. And that was not a great 3 months, and that kind of hindered me socially, and it's actually it's affected me socially ever since. I kind of lost a lot of friends in that process, fell out of the party realm. So it's been that's not a difficult transition for me, is just being able to have that social aspect of my life without being interested in the things typically people our age are interested in.
Yeah, yeah. So do you like not like drink or party or anymore?
I don't drink at all. I'll go to a party if somebody invites me, but I won't drink. I'll just converse with people. I don't smoke weed anymore. I'm like I said, I'm health conscious. I really am health conscious.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
not interested in those things. Interested in sports psychology, hoops, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. So what do you do like for fun now these days then? Like what do you coach basketball, maybe play golf if it's not 40 degrees, or what do you do for fun?
Um, honestly, it's pretty much confined to reading about performance enhancement and becoming a better basketball coach. That's how I spend the bulk of my day constantly.
Yeah.
I don't think I really have many leisure activities, and that, like I said, that hurts me socially, but I fight this constant battle where it's like I don't want to miss out on opportunities to learn something about basketball. I don't want to, don't get me wrong, it's fun to me, but I definitely I need to incorporate that as well. I need to find some social aspect in my life, because it's becoming more difficult. I run a fantasy football league, so occasionally I get together with those people and watch football or talk to them, but I mean that's limited. It's mostly I'm thinking more or less to find that social aspect right now. I'm just gonna have to reach out to people who are passionate about basketball, and no matter what age they are, what gender, whatever, because that way I'll be able to converse and we'll be able to connect on that level, and I won't have to feel awkward and feel like I'm missing out on what I'd love to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the
Yeah.
tricky part, because upstate New York, there isn't a ton of people who are passionate about it. I'm not in an urban area; it's rural, so it can be difficult to get together with these people.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you know what you like to do, and that's great. So when you were like before, like when you partied and all that other stuff, like was there any other social things you like to do that you're just not doing anymore besides all of that?
Um, we would basically just hang out. We'd watch TV together, watch sports together, play sports together, but nothing in particular. Go to the movies occasionally. There was nothing concrete. It was more a relaxed, laissez-faire approach to life, really. It was much more in the moment, less. I did not care about the future really at all. I just cared about having fun in that moment and doing what I enjoyed doing with the people I enjoyed doing it with.
Yeah.
But I had zero direction, so.
But now you've got one and you're going that way.
Yes, full bore, and I don't even want. I'm basically I don't have any side mirrors. It's just tunnel vision almost.
Yeah. Do you think that's cool, or do you wish maybe you had a little peripherals going on?
Yeah, I need to activate my peripheral vision as a previous point guard a little bit here, and interact with non-basketball people and non-sports psychology people. So it's kind of sad when you look forward to these online classes that much, just so you can start interacting with people your own age.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it was sad, but I mean, this is what you like to do. That's cool. But
Yes,
maybe
it's just very odd for a 25-year-old to say, nope, this is all I'm interested in. Sorry.
that's all right. I mean, you'll find something else you like to do, and there's nothing wrong with having like a goal and pursuing that wholeheartedly. But like, I just how we talk about like burnout all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks like it'd probably be pretty far away for you, but I don't want it to happen like really quickly, you know.
Understood. No, I understand the telltale signs, and that's why I try and become more conscious of my thought processes, and I've become much better at that, being aware of when I'm engaging in negative talk and stuff that hinders my performance throughout the day, whether that just be in relationships or through pursuing my goals. So I'm just becoming more conscious of my thought patterns and how that influences my behavior and thus my actions.
Cool. And it sounds good. I don't really actually have any more questions today.
Okay.
I ran through my list. But no, I think this was a really good session. Is there anything in particular you think you might want to like chat about next week, or?
Nothing immediately comes to mind, but like you said, you're going to email me the number, so I might send you an email or a text with something pops in my head before next week. So we'll just play it by ear, I guess. Yeah,
for sure. Text me anytime. I can't promise I'll text you back, only because life.
Yeah, you're human. I get that. Yeah. As am I.
Yeah. Yeah, and people yell at me all the time about my texting back abilities. So.
Oh, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I prefer actually not having my phone on me, so I can certainly relate. I don't like being distracted. So if it's there, I'm typically going to use it, and I hate seeing. If I take somebody out to breakfast or dinner or whatever, if I'm with them socially and I see them on their phone the entire time,
right?
Nothing irks me more. It's like there's a whole world out here, okay?
Right. Do you want me to FaceTime you?
I'm trying to find something better to do.
Right.
I'm in flesh right in front of you, trying to be here.
Yeah. And then every once in a while, JFK will send like 20 emails in one day, and my phone's blowing up.
I almost turn off my notifications on my email. It's like, leave me alone, okay? I want to be in the world too.
I mean, it's not that I don't care about Hispanic Heritage Month, but I don't identify.
No, I honestly don't care about Hispanic Heritage Month. I'll be honest. I really don't. I don't relate. I'm glad they have their month, but who doesn't have a month at this point? Where's I'm unaware, but I'm sure there's a Polish American month or Polish American Awareness Day.
Yeah, there probably is. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of Irish Awareness Days. It's called St. Patrick's Day. So that's where I hang out.
That turns from a day into a week typically.
Weekend, depends. I'm only like a quarter Irish, so.
I am too. Quarter Irish, quarter Scottish, and 50% Polak.
Nice. Apparently I'm 50% German, and then 25% Irish. And I thought it was Norwegian, but apparently there's this whole family, like, drama, and we're Swedish.
Oh boy. Drama?
Yeah, because nobody knew that till like 2 months ago. So I'm having trouble, like, changing my identity. But, yeah.
Sounds like a difficult transition, but I have full confidence in Kristina.
Thank you. Alrighty. So, I guess I'm going to take some notes and then figure out how to upload this
to
YouTube.
Well, best of luck, and thanks, Kristina.
Thanks, no problem. You were a good client. Good job.
Thank you. See ya.
See ya.